I haven't slept in 3 weeks, and I think something else is awake.
I don't expect anyone to believe this, and honestly, I don't blame you. If I were on the other side of the screen, I'd scroll past it too. Just another sleepless person losing their grip, right? That's what I thought at first, that what was happening was just exhaustion, hallucination, stress, the usual. But after 3 weeks without real sleep, I've started to realize something else might be awake, and it isn't me. It started small, little things you can excuse. You know how it is. You stay up late a few nights and your thoughts start looping like a broken record. I'd been working extra shifts at the hospital, helping cover nights. The hours bled into each other until I couldn't tell whether it was Wednesday or Saturday. I'd come home and collapse on the couch, staring at the ceiling fan spin. Every time I closed my eyes, I'd see flashes. Not dreams, not memories, just faces. Blurred, almost like photographs burned at the edges. Every time I tried to focus, they'd vanish. At first, I laughed it off. Classic insomnia, your brain throwing static. Then, I noticed something strange. When I blinked too long, it felt like time skipped. Like I'd been gone for a second too long. The clock would jump. I'd catch my reflection in the TV screen, and for a split second, it wouldn't be in sync with me. It would lag, like a bad video feed. I told myself I was imagining it. That's what you do when you're tired. You rationalize. By the end of week 1, I hadn't slept more than an hour at a time. Every time I started drifting off, I'd jolt awake, heart racing, convinced someone had whispered my name. It wasn't a nightmare. It wasn't even a voice I recognized. Just the idea of a voice, like my mind was testing if I'd answer. I started leaving lights on. The TV running low, white noise humming in the background. My apartment began to smell like old coffee and panic. Then came the mirror. I'd stopped turning on the bathroom light at night because it felt too bright, too harsh. But one night, I went in, flicked it on out of habit, and for just a moment, my reflection didn't follow. It blinked a second too late. Just a fraction, but enough for me to see it. Enough to know something was wrong. After that, I couldn't stop checking. Every time I passed a reflective surface, a window, a darkened TV, I'd glance just to see if it would happen again. Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. But once I saw it smile when I didn't, I covered every mirror in the apartment. Week 2. I called in sick, said I had the flu. I told myself I'd rest, finally crash, sleep 12 hours and reset everything. But the second I lay down, I felt like someone else was in the room. Not in a ghost story way, more like when you're on a call and you realize there's another person on the line. That quiet pressure of being heard. I'd feel my heartbeat in my ears, my chest tightening, breath catching, like I was falling but hadn't moved an inch. I'd open my eyes and the room would look different. Not wrong, just shifted, like I was looking at a copy that wasn't quite right. Once, I woke up standing in the hallway, no memory of getting out of bed. My hands were shaking, my fingernails digging little crescents into my palms. I'd been gripping something, but there was nothing there. I started writing notes to myself, sticky notes on the fridge. You are awake. Don't trust the mirror. Keep the lights on. By the end of week 2, I stopped using the word awake at all. It didn't feel like I was. It felt like I was borrowing consciousness from something else, something watching through me. My phone started recording by itself at night. I'd wake up and find short clips saved to my gallery. Always black screen, muffled breathing, a low whisper under the noise. I played one once. It said my name. Over and over, like someone practicing the pronunciation. I deleted it, but the next night, there were more. I tried calling friends, but every conversation ended the same way. They'd say I sounded different, that there was an echo, like two voices overlapping for a second before syncing again. One friend asked if I was using a voice filter. That was the first time I realized maybe I wasn't the only one hearing it. Week 3. My apartment feels smaller now. I keep the blinds closed because I swear I've seen someone outside, but when I check, there's never anyone there. I unplugged my TV, my computer, even covered the microwave clock, anything that could reflect. The problem is, I can still feel it when I close my eyes. That pressure, that presence. I can almost see it now, the shape of me, but taller, straighter, like my posture if I weren't so tired. It moves the way I do, but smoother, more confident. Sometimes, when I speak, I hear my words echo, just slightly out of sync, like there's a delay. And sometimes, when I stop talking, the echo keeps going. Last night, I recorded myself again, one last time. I had to know if I was imagining it. I set the phone on my desk, turned off the light, lay down, and waited. Hours passed. I don't remember falling asleep. When I woke, the phone was on the floor. The recording was still running. 8 hours, all static, except near the end. There's movement, like someone walking. Then, my voice. Only it isn't me. It sounds stronger, steadier. It says, "He's finally resting." Then, silence. I check the video feed. The camera shows me lying in bed, motionless. Then something stands up. My shape, my size, wearing my clothes. It looks down at the camera, reaches out, and shuts it off. I don't remember doing that. And yet, here I am, awake, writing this, breathing, typing each word carefully so I don't forget the order of them. But sometimes, when I pause, I can swear the typing continues for a second after I stop. Maybe it's habit. Maybe it's something else. Maybe, after 3 weeks without sleep, something else decided it was tired of waiting. If that's true, if something else really did wake up, then I hope it's finally getting the rest I couldn't. Because I think it's still here, and I think I'm the one who's dreaming now.